Yeah, guy, mine is not going to take long because.
No, how
come
last 5 minutes? It's fine.
Let me elaborate what I was going to say. In a lady physical activities, so so I can work on without doing them. The practical. Okay. First of all, I'll be explaining what does the word rescue mean. Rescue simply means an act of removing someone from danger. I think it's that simple. And apart from that, we have the type, I would call them types of rescues, because we have a rescue whereby someone is not mostly to die, but you could wait for some short time. In fact, but for some cases, I need to as fast as you can. So, for an example, in fact, the skills of rescuing somebody from the following situations. Somebody is in contact with a live electric wire. So the first.
Just for easy. How do you support? Can you just have one for the Men allow you. What have we to choose for and now we need to hide Papa.
Okay. First of all, when dealing with somebody in contact with electric, a live electric wire, you should not touch that person, because according to science, once you touch somebody who is in contact with a live electric wire, he's a conductor himself, meaning he could transfer electricity from one place to another. That says if you touch that person, the electricity in him or her is going to affect you too. So we'll be having two victims now to help, of which you could have done it the other way different. The first thing you need to know, and the other thing that you need to be sure of, you should make sure that when helping somebody who is in contact with a live electric wire, your hands should, or any materials close to him must not have some water contact, because electricity reacts very violently with electricity.
With water.
Or in fact with water. So if you have a possibility or a chance to run to the main switch or the power source to switch it off under a PMP, you could switch it off so that electricity or current should stop moving from one place to another.
So you switch with your hands?
Yes.
The source.
Yes. And and if you don't have a chance to go and help that certain body by switching off the main switch, you could use a wooden broom, because it is less reactive towards electricity. Or you could use your shoe, but you should take it off before. Your shoe, but you should take it off before trying to use it. You could also use a broom. A broom in the Sutu we have. Yeah.
Mulam.
Yeah, even Mulam too. And after helping the victim to come out of any electric wire, you should first check the breathing. And if the victim is no longer breathing, you should do artificial respiration, which is mouth to mouth. You start breathing on his mouth so that he could breathe again to save his life.
And how do you go now if you...
Okay.
Is it safe to touch him like just after you?
Yes, because the electricity is no longer moving inside his body. Let's make a clear example. When you switch that light over there, is it on?
Yeah, switch it on first.
You see, electricity travels fast that within a second it was already. It's the most fastest thing in the world. So when you switch it off here, everything stops. So you'll be able to touch a certain person. And then you start checking whether he's breathing or not. When you check somebody whether he's breathing or not, you start touching the throat so that you could. Is it the throat or? So you just need to do that. And apart from that, we are moving to the second situation. A room filled with fumes or smoke. In this case, a person who is in the house that is burning is likely to die from smoke, not fire actually, or flames. So you could help a certain person by crawling, because the smoke will be on top. So when you start crawling down, you'll be able to reach a certain person. But before you get into a certain house like that, you need to take a wet cloth and put it on your nose so that you could not also be affected by inhaling the smoke. And then you start drowning. But for some people, they say you should put a wet cloth and bite the other one so that you could know that you don't have to inhale with the mouth, but you need to use your nose to inhale, exhale. So,
Wow, I've learned.
The wet cloth is the main reason why we are asked to use a wet cloth is that the wet cloth resists the smoke. It doesn't actually stop the smoke from getting inside your lungs, but it resists a little bit. And after doing so, if you are able to reach a certain victim who is being affected by the smoke, you rush to the door with a certain person, and before getting out of the door, you need to feel it, whether it's hot or not, because it might happen that the other side of the path is burning, but you can't see. But feeling the door will help you to identify whether the other side of the door is burning. And if it is burning and if the door is hot, then you need to take another direction and start trying to get out of the house using the windows or the other exit. I'm passing to the other situation. Oh, and I promise I was not done. I thought I was done. Look, I was done. We're talking about the other situation of which you find somebody burning or his clothes burning or on fire. Get the person to the ground and roll him over and over again.
What?
You get him down.
On the ground and start rolling him over and over again. Yes, mobilities, yeah. Actually, I don't know how it's. As I continue, I'll try to tell. The only reason why we are told to roll a person over and over again is that the fire doesn't actually burn when it is at lower positions, because there is some homoya homonyanyana rather than hodimo, because hodimo there's a lot of oxygen which makes fire to be, which causes flames. Ka kgona ga etsa an example with dintho tse tlo tlo bona batho ba tšheseletsa ka tsona, wounded people. Those tank contains oxygen, the one that we get from the hospital. And when you start pressing maybe the button that will allow the oxygen inside the tank to come out, there will be the fire. So if you help that person to roll on the ground, you'll be decreasing the chances of a certain person from burning or dying. Another option is to wipe a victim with a blanket. The reason behind that is that a blanket is heavy, so it will take time for the blanket to bear up until the oxygen inside the blanket is now less that even if you start, I don't know how to say this in English, how to trailer the fire could stop. And
I think the blanket should be wet.
yes, I said you should wipe the person who is on fire. Yes.
Rep.
Oh, I pronounce it
Differently.
Right.
I apologize.
Even if it's not wet, it still helps. Which material covering
The
the
person.
flames, and then there is no oxygen. So the flames are deprived of oxygen. So that's how it helps. It's a fleece.
Doesn't mean it doesn't mean.
Fleece.
No, bottom line is the oxygen that's directly to the body. Why like a blanket. So the oxygen
Does not come in.
does yes.
It can be anything. But it's a usually attract them even
Like I said, a blanket takes time to burn. So
Which blanket?
The point of the blanket, it can be any blanket. It really has to it just has to be something that will cover. The point is to deprive the flames of oxygen.
Thank you.
So if you cover that, whatever you use, how do you cover that? You are depriving. That is why also the issue of rolling over comes in. If you cover that and then start rolling them over, they will even the flames will distinguish even faster than if you don't have a blanket. So that is the point. How they say it, how it's around. What you are doing is you are depriving those flames of oxygen so that the person can extinguish.
and most of the blankets are made up of polythene. So when a polythene is a hydrocarbon. When a polythene burns, it causes carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is used as steamable, I don't know. So when you're wiping somebody with a blanket, carbon dioxide, and I'm done with that point. I'm being passing to the other point. When a person is saving someone's life using a non-swimming rescue.
Someone drowning.
Drowning person.
Trying to save somebody drowning using a non-swimming rescue. And beg your pardon.
A non-swimming.
A non-swimming rescue.
It's first day.
I kidding, so I don't know.
No, I just didn't understand the concept.
Okay, so okay, another point, another situation of which you'll be saving somebody drowning without using a non-swimming rescue. Unless you are well trained, to probably do save someone's life with drowning. Here are the steps to take. A drowning non-swimmer is typical in a panic. Somebody who is drowning actually wants to grab anything close to him or her for her to start to be out of some water, to start breathing actually, because once he's drowning, he's no longer breathing very well.
That's true.
So he truly wants something to grab or something to touch so that he could survive. So you need to think very quickly, because he might sink down and you might not be able to talk to a certain person. So the only thing you need to do at the moment, instead of entering the water, try to talk to the victim, coach them to kick their legs.
To kick their legs.
To kick their legs, like to kick.
Wait,
He's drowning. No.
Listen, these are some of the skills that you need to do. Situation. Yes.
Instead of entering the water, do one of the following. So you are trying the best you can to save someone's life. In fact, if or coach him to kick his legs, when you start kicking your legs, that's the moment I want to sing and go to the top. The other thing that you can do, you can throw a live ring into an air. It doesn't allow. Yeah, a bottle. Yeah, a bottle shoot with a rope on the bottle top, or a life jacket if you have it, or some other flotation device to the victim. Like she said, a bottle. Even this scoop of air you could
That has water.
so that spread and an apology for those people that understand the word scoop. It's a big bottle.
It's a 5-liter bottle.
Or 20.
So much scoop.
Even scoop say white way. That
Float. You float.
You float.
Oh, yeah, you float.
Yeah.
And probably how does they are in between the legs, you float better, even much better.
Yeah. I used to swim in the dam, so I totally know.
So it means you can't swim. I just read about it.
So maybe after helping him, you could throw him a ball. Maybe you start throwing it.
But make sure you're
A white into shallow water attempt the above. Not only get it about you as much as we can. And stating that only you could only know them when you are in a boat. So,
I think we have a tissue there.
Yeah, no, no.
Yasebenza.
Ke kopa tshwarelo. Tse ding tsa dintho tse ka hodimo tsenana tse ke di buileng hore o ka thusa motho o le ka hodima tsona. It's only when you are in a boat, not a life or a life jacket, in case.
Fire. Sky Hana.
I go baba mfasona, e ka ba ba file tse pedi di le ke le mo. And ha ke ho a hole so ha ke a ntsha. Ke kopa feta la pointing eo. Point number 5. We are helping somebody who is in an ice accident. Ice accident.
Ice accident.
The first rule of performing an ice rescue is to not run to the victim.
Oh.
You
Don't
run to the victim. You should not run to the victim because. And remember, the ice is already weak to handle 2 people. So, if ever you're going to run to the victim, then you're going to increase the weight. So the ice might break and might cut somebody's eye or ear, or might cause one to drown. So you need to do this thing. You need to call for help. Before doing anything, it was written that you should call 911, so I decided to write 112 as use a cell phone or send someone else to make the call. Tell the victim to remain calm. The reason why we are told to tell the victim to remain calm is that and sometimes a man who crack so so the moment he's panicking, then you won't try and say he's trying to move to the left side. Not knowing who the mother will have that thing can now crack. In fact, I tried to what how. So maybe to the other way of reaching to that second person. Then see if is there anything available that is long enough with which you can reach the victim. Possibilities include tree branches, ladders, pedals, shovels, little if necessary. If necessary, you may lay it on the ice and push it out. The reason also is a ladder couple, the tree branches over, they are slippery. They are terrible. So, how hard are not on but the best way to put ice incident, if you cannot find anything, look for a rope. A ladder, then we move. If you put some of only because it's straight, so di-chance tsa hore ha e se e robehe ha tsamaya ho manela e fapane le ha tsamaya with his own speed. Di-skill tsa ho save batho in some situations in the this one of ice is somehow difficult. Keep to the other point. Mona we are shown how 3 ways of attracting and communicating with rescue aircraft. Maybe we'll talk about make a distress signal. How do you show that I tell you tomorrow? How? A distress signal. No, it is not what signal mirror, like signal mirror. Make a distress signal, and if you require SOS. It's a wish I got to by keeping. So, something that you can use to call for help. But all in large letters that our store is a whole tree waiting so that I got to push that. Kapo e go sebedisa of lighting 3 fires. You may also light 3 fires to signal for help. Build them either in a line or in a triangle. Get them good and hot. So if ever or when a plane, then you change the color of the light and you add a green plant matter to the flames. This should cause thick smoke. Be careful. Do not extinguish the fire by doing this. So how either a green light with a lighting over moto aka no go yamana go kgona bona hore no go na le emergency mane e go saka a go thusa e be re ba le e signal in which kuna ke shola e tele so fla re ke in case ka ka go lisi the emergency signaling lever is approximately 3 by 5 inches and consists of illuminized reflecting glass mirror. I don't know, in a car ball. Ke khalase e kentswe ka ga ke creating a so e tla be di handle tse emisitseng mona so mona e tla be e lever so me lo go fitla go shebisa ka mohlomong stepeng se ka ntlane mme ebe light e reflective mona e bontsha batho ba ka ntlane go na le emergency so batho ba tla ba
Okay.
yeah one light le ba I go to the I did to so the light
The reflection.
the reflection is like one entire man in what one then they start seeing that visions. But it's a bit like about people who are on ships.
I feel like air is used to get one how I understand that it's reflect and watching. But if you see something reflecting, then it raises an alarm. What is reflecting there?
Maybe on top of rescuing other people, you need to know 7 indications for the need of immediate rescue and immediate rescue. When how to someone to when you rescue somebody, o tlamela go tsebe the 7 indications. Ya pele is to know whether the victim is breathing or not. Ya bobedi, the victim has severe bleeding.
30 minutes, the last 5 minutes, and it's only got 10 minutes. So, in the last 5 minutes, please summarize. 5 minutes only.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes exactly to summarize.
The victim is being electrical shocked. The victim has a heart attack. The victim is on fire. The victim is drowning. The victim has been poisoned. These are the things you need to know for immediate rescue. So to summarize all of the basic rescue on every situation, you need to know, you need to have a plan of how you should rescue a person before doing anything else. And apart from that, you need to, for people who are traveling, you always need to have some materials which will help in case anything happens. And you need to learn more about simple materials which could help somebody who is in danger. Thank you.
Hello, Bakoena. Ditabeng tse a di bileng ha sa a tsamaya a ya kwana o tla nna mamela go mane di Sehloho